Hello there, people. I'm going to be reviewing Metroid Prime Hunters for the DS, and I'll get started now. Forgive me because I haven't got a script or anything. So, the game is for 1 to 4 players. It's offline and online. It's made by Nintendo, as you know, and it's pretty much the only decent shooter you'll get for the Nintendo DS. First thing you notice when you turn it on is it has brilliant graphics. You get a nice little intro movie when you start it. The main menu gives you the choice of adventure mode or multiplayer mode. I'm going to tell you about adventure mode first. A lot of people complain about the adventure mode and that it's too short, and I can probably easily agree with that. But I mean, the adventure mode isn't really the main focus of the game, but it is worth being there. There's 5 planets to explore. One of them's kind of small. It's basically for the final boss. But the planets they're pretty big, and there are different ways to go and different places to explore. The purpose of adventure mode is you've got to find 7 octoliths which have been spread throughout the planets. And once you've found them, you go off and fight the big boss and all that. But the catch is there are 6 other hunters that try and find the octoliths as well. So like as you find them, you're gonna have to fight those as well. It's random when they appear, so gotta be ready for it. It is over pretty quickly. I finished it in about 8 hours. So then you find yourself moving on to multiplayer mode. Now that's where the game really shines. You can play with any of the 7 hunters on a number of different modes. Battle, that's where you just fight to see who can get the most points. Survival, where you've got lives. Bounty mode, where you've got a oh, hang on. You've got bounty mode, where you fight for possession of one of the octoliths in the level, and you've got to be the one to deliver it to the drop-off point. There are about 5 levels for that one. There's defender, where you get a ring where you've got to stay in there to get points. There's nodes, where it's like the ring, it's like defender, but there's more. Capture, where you've got to find the octolith and take it to your base, and that one's a team game. And then there's Prime Hunter, which is the most interesting, but it's also the most difficult. Only one person is the Prime Hunter, and he's the only person who can get points. But he's losing health as he goes, so it's pretty frantic. There are absolutely loads of settings. There's 26 arenas to play in. There's some large ones, some not so large ones, and then some small ones. You can set the point goals and the time plays and the team play, and whether the radar on the bottom screen's on or off. Each hunter has its own ability and an alt form, which is like, oh yeah, when you're not running around. Samus has Morph Ball, and her special ability is homing missiles. Kandin has the Sting Lava, and his special ability is a Vault Driver that homes in. Spire has the Dealanch as his alt form, and his special ability is being able to set you on fire with his weapon. Trace has the Tri-Skeleton, and his advantage is being able to go invisible when he's standing still. Noxus has the Voskythe, and his advantage is being able to freeze when using the Judicator. Silex has Lockjaw, and his advantage is being able to drain health when he's got his weapon. And Weevil has the Half Turret, and his advantage is his weapon makes a bigger bang than the other characters when they're using it. You can play as bots if you want, and you can have teams, and it can be single card play where everyone has to be Samus. And there's multi-card play where you can be whoever you want on whichever mode, and you can add bots. And there's also the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. You can go on Friends and Rivals, where you can fight friends that you've got, and you can talk to them as well before and after the match. And there's Random, where you can just search for someone random and fight them. Lots of people complain about hackers on this mode, but they don't appear that often, so it doesn't really bring the game down that much. So pretty much overall, I find myself playing on the multiplayer mode much more. The time you've been playing on this game is incredible. I've spent 100 hours on it by count, and I could spend lots more on it. It's got great lifespan. And again, the graphics, they're brilliant, especially for the DS, which doesn't have really, it's got quite limited graphics capabilities. The sound is alright. The music's a bit weird if you'll listen for a second. And you get some battle music while you're fighting as well. That's pretty much all I've got to say. If you want to score, I'm going to go ahead and give it 92 out of 100. And it loses those points because of Hackers Online in the small adventure mode. But overall, great game, worth getting. Cheers.